Hello, hello. It's time for Fishing Friends. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Fishing Friends with Danny and Gina. I'm Danny,
I'm Gina.
and this one's gonna be it'll
It's
be
gonna
it'll be a show.
it is what it is.
Yeah. Oh man. So I didn't end up streaming last week because I ended up just well, it was my birthday, and I was planning on streaming, but I ended up like winning tickets to go see a comedy show that night after going to my friends for like Friendsgiving after working that entire day. Um, but unfortunately, they never ended up sending me the tickets, so I ended up having to cancel with a friend of mine that I was going to go with.
Oh,
Um, like 2 hours before I was gonna pick him up, I was just like, well, I'm not gonna wait all the way until the absolute last minute. So I ended up just staying over at my friend's house and playing a bunch of games and stuff, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah,
that's freaking lame.
Gina ended up doing a game night last week instead. I
Hmm.
was thinking about putting it on my channel, but with the way that the game was going to work of having to use StreamYard and stuff, going on multiple channels would have just been really confusing and it wouldn't have worked. So I
Yeah.
just let her do her thing. And here we are again. But what's up, everybody? We got Silver Creek's Wildlife here, Beck's Fish Room, Stephen P.
Speaks
2003,
Steven.
ATC Aviator,
Kyle.
Leo 209 Aquatics is here as well. What's up, Leo?
Leo.
Chris's Aquazone just joined us. What's up,
Chris.
Chris?
So how
Yep,
was
I just bought myself my own little birthday present today
yeah.
because Walmart had the Xbox Series X available for in-store pickup, and
Nice.
they had a good deal for Black Friday on it too. So I bought myself a new Xbox. So now I've been playing Starfield here at my own house versus having to go over to my friend's house, which is nice.
Nice.
So
Except you had to
whenever the
start
stream's
over
over, I'll
though.
be jumping right back. No, I didn't. Nope. It's
Oh.
been on my profile on his Xbox. So,
Oh, gotcha. Well, that's good.
yep. I got an Aqua Clear 110 for $44. Nice.
Nice. I got for Black Friday. What did Gina buy this week?
Yep.
I got dash cams for all my vehicles. So I got three.
Nice.
Uh, so it does the front, inside the cab, and out the back window. So it's got three cameras technically. So yeah, got dash cams.
Nice.
They're normally $200 each, and I got them for like $50 each. So heck yeah.
See, he was like, I was thinking about getting an Xbox, but I love my PlayStation 5. And then he was like, Starfield cries in PlayStation. Exactly. See,
Yeah.
I've already owned Starfield, so I had to get the new Xbox, but I did totally think about it. If if I wasn't already super attached to Starfield and all that, I might have thought about getting a PlayStation 5 so I could play the Spider-Man games. Because
Yeah.
I always wanted to play those.
One of my coworkers
Rise in
finally
Xbox.
they just released Hogwarts Legacy on PlayStation 4. So my coworker finally she's like, "I finally got Hogwarts Legacy that I can freaking play." I was like, "Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good game. It didn't have like a whole lot of replay value though, because there wasn't much difference in like the houses or anything. But
Yeah." Well, that's kind
not
of cool.
buying an
Well,
Xbox for one game, exactly the same way I'm not buying a PlayStation just for Spider-Man.
yeah. I could see I could see how it's kind of good and bad that the game didn't really change between the houses. Like, yeah, it would have been cool to try to play if it was different, the different storylines, but it's also kind of cool because you're not wondering like how would it have been different? Because you put a lot of
Right.
hours in that game, right?
I mean, yeah, yeah. Most of the time is spent doing like little tedious stuff, but yeah, yeah. When Gears of War used to be a really good game. Uh, Halo used to be a really good game, but I haven't been playing like any of those sorts of games or like Battlefield or stuff or Call of Duty in quite a while. But the Xbox edition that I got, it came with a free digital download of Diablo 4 or
Yep. Leo just
which
asked that.
was yeah, I got the one with Diablo. So I'll eventually start playing some Diablo on there.
Very nice. But yeah, I think that was pretty much it. Oh, I did order new shoes. Vessi's the waterproof shoe. I don't know if you've seen
Uh,
people have ads or partnerships on like YouTube and TikTok and all or Instagram. I had a pair when I was working Petco before, and they've literally I've worn them until they were falling apart. Um, but they every time I think about it or I see another content creator have a partner code, I always go to look and they never have green ones again. Well, I guess it's like a seasonal like Christmas thing that they get the green ones in because they finally did, and they were on sale for Black Friday. So I got a new pair of shoes.
nice. Yeah, Diablo is a fun game. I played the first three a lot, and I've already played some of uh, the newest one. I think it's four, right? Yeah, Diablo 4. And I've already played some of it over at a friend's house, but it was just kind of doing some exploring. I didn't like pay any attention to any sort of story stuff or whatever. I was just kind of messing around with his character. But yeah, one of these days, when I'm kind of done with Starfield, I'll get started on Diablo. What's up, Patty?
Patty! So I got talking
Ghost
with
of
Nathan.
Tsushima.
I got talking with Nathan. I don't think I'm gonna be able to go to the Clash this year because he wants to go to Blade Show, and it's only fair that since he went to my fish event, that I should go to his knife event with him.
Yeah,
So, so yeah, I think I'm gonna skip Keystone Clash this coming year, but I will definitely be going the next year.
I didn't think you were going to the Keystone Clash this year anyway. I thought the plan was Fishtoberfest.
Yeah, it was. But any fish event, like I'm not gonna be going to any fish event because we're gonna be going to Atlanta, Georgia for Blade Show instead.
Yeah.
It's
See,
Nathan's
I was
turn.
kind of thinking about skipping the fish show this year too, um, so I can, take some vacation time to do something else. Like I don't know. There's a lot of different things that I'm interested in.
Gina, stop talking about 2025 Keystone Clash for Christ's sake. Bad enough we're already talking about 2024.
Yeah,
Doesn't Nathan realize it's cheaper for a couple to share the same hobby? Oh my god.
that is true.
We do. We both do actually share the same hobby because I'm into knives also. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I get these like razor blade box cutter that I've had for a long time. It was a cheap Gerber one, but they came out with the sprinkle one. So now I have a sprinkle one for my pocket at work. So yeah, it's got like the
Nice.
regular safety blade, but it's
Oh,
got
right on.
sprinkles, and then it's got like a bottle opener, the bottle opener part of it, and then like a little pry bar at the end. So it all
Nice.
matches now. All my stuffs match.
Right on. That's great. I see. I like knives too,
Yeah.
um, and different things like that. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe going to a knife show or maybe a firearms show.
Yeah. Knife shows around here, like a lot of the people are very into like the same type of stuff, so it gets kind of boring. That's why we're gonna try going to actual blade show where they're gonna have more
Yeah.
variety. Gina, you're totally right about fairness. However, I was not there last year. I must meet you in person. I am sad. I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Kyle, I see you repeatedly supporting Bex and her fish hobby. I know you even secretly love it. When are you taking her on cross country trip to a bunch of air museums?
Actually, we have a great like transportation museum here in Missouri that shows a lot of different cool like airplanes and things like that.
Yep.
You should definitely come down here.
Well, yeah, because the Spirit of St. Louis.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's actually what, at the Smithsonian? Or is it in Chicago where they have it on display? I forget where it is.
We would have what on display?
The Spirit of St. Louis. Like the
Oh, the
actual
actual
plane.
Spirit of St.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like it's at the Smithsonian. But
Probably.
I could be wrong.
What's up, Matt? Takes a lot of moolah for him to work on getting his license. Yep,
Yeah.
it definitely does. But getting a pilot's license is super cool. I have always wanted to fly airplanes.
Yeah. One of my old customers from Marine Solutions came in to my work now that I'm at Petco. Yeah, there was a page for backup to aquatic, so I was going over there, and he was standing over looking at the salt, and he turned around. He's like, "Oh, you're here now." I was like, "Yeah, I am. I'm here now."
Wow.
Spirit of St. Louis is in D.C. Yeah, so that's the Smithsonian, right? Is in Washington D.C.
I think so. I really don't know. I'm not like a museum junkie or anything like that. I have no idea.
Ooh, we're talking planes. No, we're talking about you. Matt is talking about you, Kyle, forcing your hobby onto Bex.
I mean, but speaking of planes, though, how badass is that F-22 Raptor, though? Oh my god!
You just, I have no idea what you're talking about. Cool.
The current stealth fighter that the United States has that can just obliterate everything.
I haven't really heard bad things about the frameless cubes, the Aqueon frameless cubes.
Frameless cubes, lots of bad reviews. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it, but let me just.
Look what Matt added. Fish family plane facts. Oh no. The Wright brothers' first flight. The first powered flight was made by Orville and Wilbur Wright on December 17th, 1903. The Wright flyer flew for 12 seconds and covered a distance of 120 feet. Matt!
Wow, that's great.
Reviews online say they leak from the bottom, so I shied away.
Okay, so let's see.
So
I see 3 stars across the board, pretty much.
So anytime there's a leak issue, it could be because it's not on a level surface. Anytime a tank is not level, it's actually like shifting. And that's what's going to break the seals. And a lot of people probably, because they're smaller tanks, don't think about it or don't think it's important. So that could be what it is that people aren't making sure the tank is level.
It looks like Aqueon responded to the bad reviews pretty much instantly and, tried to replace those tanks as well.
Right.
So, though there are a few people that said they got a bad tank, that happens with a lot of different things.
James B says mine ran almost lasted 1 year, then late.
Yeah.
Hmm. See, but we have them set. We have I think two set up at the Fenton store, and then I have an edge light that I set up at the fluorescent store, and it's been fine. Calm yourself, fish family. Just keep spitting out facts.
Yeah. Wow. It just keeps going. um, yeah, I don't know. There do seem to be a good amount of reviews that say, like, don't get it. Aqueon should just not make a frameless tank. I don't know. They seem to really seal these frame tanks very well, but
Kayla says, Patty, I have the 14-gallon cube. It's okay, but the glass is thin. Maybe 5/16 inch. And if you want something nice, I'd pay the extra for something better. Gotcha.
yeah.
Yes, that was that complaint. The too thin of glass. Yeah.
And that's what it looks like to me is the glass is too thin and they're trying to more or less hot make the glass invisible without actually using higher quality glass. And so, you know, that's not sealed necessarily the best. It's super thin glass. So yeah, I would just spend the money to get something a little bit better. Flying is fun. Oh, I bet it is. Oh my goodness, it just keeps going.
I think Annette's on the other side because sure, Gina, I can keep spitting out facts. Like I think Annette is trolling us, or it's Matt, or Matt is on that side of Fish Family. Replacing all my Aqueon rimless with Viv or slowly.
It's
Gina,
only
Gina,
doing
Gina, I got
it's
hermit
only
crabs.
doing it on your side. It's not spitting out facts on my side of the stream, which
Right.
is interesting. Got hermit crabs. Nice.
Hermit crabs. Oh my
So
god.
I found out this thing about hermit crabs that I don't know if it's actually true or not, but
Ooh, tell
I,
me.
I found out, and if it is true, it's kind of remarkable. But apparently, hermit crabs don't like to change their shells on their own.
Yes, I know where you're going.
So when one is ready to like get a new shell and it's kind of getting, cramped in its current shell, it'll go find like a certain area where there's like a bunch of different shells and stuff, and it'll just chill there and wait. And eventually, a whole bunch of hermit crabs will come together and they'll kind of line themselves up by size,
They
and
do.
they'll more or less sell their real estate, old shell, and kind of all change up into sizes, and like it's so interesting. Like it's so cool.
They literally make a line, like a whole train, like uh exchange train where yeah, the first one starts and yeah, it just happens so fast. They all just bloop 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 bloop. It's so
Yep.
cute. It's so freaking cute.
Yeah. So I thought that that was pretty cool.
It is.
And so that's why, yeah, you really like you can't just have like one hermit crab
Yep.
because they won't ever change shells.
Mhm. Saw a video of a family that converted a bedroom into a big habitat for hermit crabs. Oh, that's so cool.
See, that's crazy awesome. It's a big old sandy beach.
Yeah, because we actually get in like the large hermit crabs. They're already like this big. Like their shells are already this big.
Nice.
People come in and see them. They're like, "Holy cow, they get that big?" I'm like, "Actually, they get bigger. That's still growing. The crab gets the size of your fist."
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, hermit crabs get huge. Most people don't ever get them that old though.
Yeah. And it's just same thing with fish, like because it's a contained environment, they're just more prone to like bacterial infections and stuff because
Yep.
it's not the same biodiversity as it is in the wild. So,
Yeah.
We try, but human intervention has its
Speaking of
pluses and
biodiversity,
minuses. Yes.
um, one of my customers, no idea why, because this is the second time one of my customers has like mentioned giving me their bird, but they have several different birds. They have like two cockatiels and like two green cheek conures, and they were talking about like I don't know why, but they were mentioning like giving me one of their cockatiels,
Aw.
and I was just like, wow, like that's interesting because like I just lost my male parakeet not too long ago, and it's like my house is super quiet, and it would be nice to have a cockatiel that because the one that they have it was making a lot of different fun little noises and whistles and stuff. So, and they seem to be doing like a pretty good job of training their birds as well, as far
Hmm.
as making them friendly and not biting and stuff like that. They also had like two bearded dragons and like, like several dogs and all that. But he had this big old like cage that he built outside for all of his birds to hang out when the weather's
Oh,
nice enough.
a big aviary. Oh.
Yeah, and it was like a kit or something like that, I guess, and he just
Hmm.
added a bunch of stuff. But yeah, it was like a little aviary and stuff like that's so sweet. I'd love to have something like that.
Yeah, Wholesale Bird and Cage out in St. Charles has like kits for outdoor aviaries for birds.
Nice.
So I wonder if that's where they got it from. Or maybe varieties down in South County.
I don't know. He did say they had an even larger one. He got like the medium one. So
Yeah, they have the big giant ones for like big birds like macaws.
yeah, I'd love to have a big one for like a raven or something.
Yeah. I would love a marine hermit crab. We'll set you up a saltwater tank. They
Yeah.
have just hermit crabs.
And they make teeny tiny little bitty hermit crabs in the
Mm-hmm.
marine tanks. So you can just have like a little 5 gallon nano tank
Yeah.
or a 20 gallon. Bigger's always better. But still
Bigger's
be a
always
nano
better.
tank.
Yeah, but 20-gallon would be fine. Even a 10-gallon would be fine for those really small ones.
Yeah.
Crab Central Station has a room dedicated to it, and it was probably them. We'll have to look them up. Crab Central Station.
And it's like Grand Central Station.
Yeah. Oh, we have a manager group text for work, and they just sent the closing numbers for the day. We did pretty good today.
Crab Central Station. Oh, that is a. Oh, wait a second.
I'm not good at making salt water. Well, practice makes perfect.
Huh. Crab Central Station.
If you do a 10-gallon, you'll never have to make more than 5 gallons at a time for water changes.
Wow.
Mike from
Yeah,
All
it's
Things
probably.
Fish is here.
Yeah, it's probably the Crab Central Station that I was looking at their website and stuff. They got some cool stuff. What's up, Mike?
Hi, Bex. Y'all are
I'm
gonna
not
make
good. At,
Bex leave.
I'm not good at making salt water. Well, it's not difficult at all.
I said practice makes perfect. If she gets a 10-gallon, she won't have to make more than 5 gallons at a time. Honestly, a 20-gallon too. You shouldn't have to do more than
Hell, if
five
you're just
gallons
doing
at a
a
time.
little 10 gallon, you can always just go to Petco and buy a 5 gallon bucket of salt water every couple weeks or whatever to do a 50% water change.
God, what the fuck did you do? Send out the effing bat signal for plane nerds? Yeah, duh.
Your nerds are always lurking, just waiting to tell you how much they played.
Kyle says, "You mean all two of
All
us?"
two of us. Yeah. Hey, I like planes too. Honestly, like when I was like my first memories are wanting to be like a fighter jet pilot. That's what I always wanted to do. But my eyesight got too bad to actually do that for, the Navy or the Air Force. So
And don't you have to be under a certain height? Like, aren't the cockpits pretty small?
yeah, when I'm short enough to fly planes. I
Jenna,
wave the white flag of defeat.
what is the rule? Like, what I don't know how tall is too tall? What what height do you have to be under?
It's pilot standards, Air Force. I don't know.
You have to convert Myrtle and Gina now.
Okay, let's see. 18 to 30 years of age, at least 5'4" to 6'5".
Oh, so
So
that's
you can be up to 6'5", but you have to be at least 5'4".
okay. That's not okay.
Your seated height has to be between 34 and 40 inches tall. At least 20/40 vision in both eyes for near vision and 2200 for distant vision. Must be corrected to 2020.
What was the minimum? 5'4"?
Yep.
Okay, so you actually have to be kind of average, like slightly above average height.
Yeah. I thought you had to be shorter. No.
That's what I thought too. Hmm.
You just can't be a giant.
Yeah, but I mean, what was it? 6'5" was the max.
Yep.
That's still pretty tall.
It is. Yeah.
Like, huh? Or am I thinking fighters? I don't know.
Maybe you're thinking jockeys.
Yeah, jockeys have to be pretty
Jockeys
small
have to
and,
be
and light.
teeny tiny.
Yeah. I think you would have to be under 6 foot for fighters. Could be wrong though.
Yeah, that was just general pilot requirements. Let's see, fighter pilot requirements. Yeah, well, it says the same thing. Air Force pilot minimum.
Hmm.
Uh, so you can't be colorblind. Up to
Yeah.
6'4". Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, you can be up to 6'4".
Hmm. Zenny! Hello, hello.
It's more about like your sitting height and all that.
Right.
So if you're have an extremely tall torso, too tall
Right.
for the plate.
Then you recline back a little bit more. That's. Yeah, I guess I don't know if the seats how much adjustment room there is for those seats.
There's none.
Oh,
Not really. You get like a few inches front and back, I'm sure.
does
That's
it
how it is with the
tilt
Humvees.
at all?
Like no.
No, the back doesn't tilt.
Probably not.
Oh,
I'm sure the seats are pretty much fixed, and so it's just like forward an inch or back an inch, like because that's how it was in like the Humvees and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, I know
it
the
was
Humvee.
very, very compact driving, even for me. Like I'm not tall by any means. I guess I'm taller than the average height of a man worldwide, but that's including the billion people in China. So I'm only like I'm 5'10", and so like yeah, but I was very much like driving like this.
Yeah, Mike says I know some pretty tall fighter guys. Depends on the specific jet and ejection seat.
Yep.
Bashing their knees if they ever have to eject. That would be terrible.
But yeah, general aviation, like if you're flying commercial, you can be, super tall, dude, because they have
Well, I
nice
don't.
big cockpits in there.
Even commercial, aren't a lot of them like like retired Air Force
Uh,
usually?
yeah, a lot of them are, but probably you'd probably be surprised that I think it would be less than 50% would be actually retired military. Most people kind of go one way or the other.
Mm.
Now, I mean, if they were in the military for 20 years or something like that, and they wanted to continue working, I'm sure they could go commercial,
They
but
decide if they want to make it their job
or
or
they
keep
could
it as
just
a hobby.
retire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like maybe keep it as a hobby.
yeah.
Hmm.
Because yeah, all it takes is 20 years active duty, and you can retire. So, and if you get a high enough rank, which to be a pilot, you need a pretty high rank. Like, you know, you're getting paid very well when you retire. So,
Ejector would jam if I was in it. I have bad enough luck that the ejector would jam every time. If I if I was ever flying a plane, just things go wrong in my presence.
yeah.
I had to warn my new job about that. I'm like, guys, Murphy's Law is strong with me. I don't know what it is, but I have terrible luck. And my one coworker always laughs at all the tools I keep on me. Like I have a multi tool, so it has so the vet clinic was in doing vaccinations, and the head person they were packing up, and they're like, "Oh, our table one of the feet won't collapse down. Do you guys have a pair of needle nose pliers?" And my manager, the store manager, was like, "Oh yeah, they're back in the toolbox in the back room." And the coordinator for Vetco just goes, "Oh, I don't feel like walking all the way back there." So I reach in my pocket, and my other co-manager, she just goes, "What? Do you just have a pair of needle nose pliers in your pocket?" And I pull out my multi-tool and I unfold it so the pliers come out. And I'm like, "I sure freaking do!" And I handed it to him. He goes, "Holy cow! Thank you so much." And anytime I get it out to do anything, or I get like my tape measure out, or this razor or whatever, like she's always like, "You're cracking me up with all these tools." My flashlight, I'll pull out my flashlight randomly. It's like, "You
I
crack
see.
me up with all of these tools." I'm like, "Hey man,
I
hey
used to
man."
have a great multi tool when I was in the military, and I had to give it up because I forgot that I had it on me and tried to fly home from Kansas City, and
Mm,
so they made me destroy it
yeah,
or give it to them or whatever because it had different knives and things attached to it as well. So
gotta be prepared. Yeah,
it's
scout's always
like
prepared.
I'm in the military. I'm in uniform. You guys are
Right.
gonna really make me get rid of it, but okay, I get
Yeah.
it.
So it is about being prepared, but I'm also incredibly lazy. I don't feel like going to walk over to where the tools are to find the right tool across the store. Like I
Yep.
am just lazy, so I'd rather keep it on my person. I also
Yeah.
break things a lot, so I need to fix them without anybody finding out. um, um, but yeah, something happened, and I think something over in Fish. I think one of the power supplies for one of the systems went out, or the fuse popped. So I had to go over there and I just quickly changed. "Oh, well, you want me to go get a screwdriver? You want me to go get it?" I'm like, "Nope, I got it." I like just fixed it like in like 30 seconds. And they're like, "Oh my god, you're the coolest." I was like, "Yeah, I know. I know I'm the coolest." Yeah, Leatherman's multi tools. I've heard those are really good.
Yeah. Gerber makes good multi tools too.
Yep. The one I have is Bass Pro / Cabela's. I think it's technically the Cabela's one. It's a
Yeah.
cheap like $5 or $10 one.
Nice. But yeah, Leatherman makes really good stuff.
Mhm.
I keep multiple copies of tools for that reason.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep, I saw this thing. I don't remember exactly what. Oh yeah, it was a pencil. He's like, I always seem to lose my pencils and I can never find one. So he intentionally made like a whole bunch of pencils and then just like scattered them all around the house in
Mm.
random places, even intentionally stuffed some in the couch so that it's like whenever you're looking for something, you always look in the couch. So might as well put a couple pencils in there.
I'm actually surprised because at uh the three Petcos previously that I worked at, we would purposely stash uh packing packing tape around for in case you find a bag of dog food back in the dog food area that has a hole in it. You could just we had little stashes throughout the whole store. But at this store I haven't noticed that, so maybe I need to implement that
Hmm.
and make little stashes of packing tape.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up, June? You can always
Yeah.
use a pencil.
Yep. I keep a pen and I actually have a green pen so people if I write down the SKUs wrong, the item number wrong for fish, people will know that it's me. They'll page me to the front, be like, "What's this number?" or "Did you mix these up?" A lot of times it's my dyslexia and I mix up two numbers.
Yeah.
um, but they can track me down to find out who wrote it. But yeah, I have a green pen, a specific green pen in my pouch, a highlighter, and a Sharpie.
Is it a bright green pen or a dark green
It's
pen?
like a medium green, so yeah, it shows up pretty well on white paper.
Okay.
But it sucks whenever I'm receiving, like when I get a check from a customer, because we still take checks. I need to write down their license number and the expiration date on there, and I go to reach for it. I'm like, oh, I can't use my green pen because banks only like blue or black ink, so I can't
Yeah.
write. So I have to like search the register. I'm like, okay, I need a black pen, black or blue pen, because they don't like green.
Yeah.
They're lame.
True. But man, like I remember when I was in high school, some of the girls would try and turn in homework with the like bright pink gel pen and it's like shiny and it's like you could not read it.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Either stashes or a few small official repair stations with paper towels, wet floor signs, and a small broom/dustpan. Yeah, we have the cleanup stations. Oh, I could hide tape in the cleanup stations because we have like
Yeah.
four of them. Yep.
Oh my goodness. So last night I I had my RODI unit going. It was kind of just like chilling, like sleeping on the couch, flipping through YouTube, sleep on the couch, whatever. Because I didn't care. Whatever I have a 4 day weekend, which has been really nice. But I'm a I'm a natural born night owl. Like my perfect sleep hours are between 2 a.m. and noon.
Yep.
So, um, but I ended up kind of waking up to the couch to the little sound of water dripping and stuff. I'm like, what is that?
Oh
I'm like,
no.
oh, the RD.
Oh no.
So yeah, there's a decent sized puddle on my floor
Oh
from that.
no.
So I had to use a couple towels to, soak all
Yeah.
that up. But yep, don't fall asleep with your RODI unit going.
Oh, so at the previous stores I worked at, there was a company, a floor company that would come out once a week and like buffer and mop and like scrub the floors. Well, at this store, we have our own like scrub machine,
Nice.
and store manager taught me how to use it. Well, the first shift after, again, I bring bad luck. First shift I worked as I was the official leader on duty. One of the aquatic specialists made the mistake of introducing duckweed into some of our planted tanks on the wall,
Yeah.
and well, it clogs the overflow because it's duckweed, and of course it does. So, twice in one day, two different tanks, it clogged one of the top tanks and it was water falling over onto the floor. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So I got to get out the little scrub machine just to suck up the water. Because apparently they redid the floors, they pulled up all the towel, and they actually got rid of the floor drains, which is really stupid. in the fish department, so you couldn't just squeegee it into the floor drains. So I had to get
Yeah,
out
see,
the
we didn't have any floor drains at Pet Supplies Plus,
yeah.
which they should have installed those for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, so I got to get the thing out twice in one shift because that's just
Yeah,
how my luck is.
we had a floor scrubber too, um, but there was a certain sweet spot you had to get like the soap dispenser at
Hmm.
to really get it to go well. Because if you turned it on all the way, it more or less just start shooting that stuff out, and you
Yep.
just have like soap water everywhere.
Yeah. Hey,
And if
Petco.
you don't turn it on, well, then you're basically just dry scrubbing the floor and not doing anything. So
Hot, cold bags you guys throw out all the time. So, um, like the insulation bags, only a few distributors send fish in those. I think the betta distributor does. So just ask your local Petco when they get their bettas in, and just ask them to hold them to the side for you and let them know
yeah.
what day you're going to come pick them up. I'm
But
sure
they
they'd be
also
willing
come
to.
in on like frozen food shipments too. Like
I think
sometimes,
I don't remember. It's been too long. I don't remember if those were insulated bags or if that was styrofoam boxes.
yeah. Sometimes we had like it was just a box, but there was like that insulating
Hmm.
like puff stuff in there, and
Yep.
that's where I got some from. Was from work, but yeah, it wasn't like kind of an always thing. It wouldn't really come in with the fish most of the time.
Yeah, just don't be a jerk to the aquatics person at Petco, and I'm sure they'll stash it to the side for you.
Yeah, and you can always just ask them to stash it for you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Don't be a jerk, and I'm sure they'll be willing to do it.
That'd be the best thing to do. Just be like, hey, if you guys get some of this stuff in, can you just kind of keep it to the side and
Yeah,
yeah,
because
let
during
me
the
come pick it
wintertime,
up on Friday?
we would always save the styrofoam boxes that fish would come in, because the cat rescue
Yeah,
would take them and make little temporary houses for
I'm sure it
for
was the
stray cats and
same.
stuff.
The same lady would come to us as
Hmm.
well, and we'd give her
Yep,
yep the big styrofoam boxes, and she would make like rescue cat houses. Yeah,
yep, little
really
temporary
cool
shelters
stuff.
for them. Put a blanket in there and all that kind of stuff. Some food. It was usually styrofoam or otherwise insulated boxes for frozen food at my local pet store. Yeah, and if
Yeah,
you have like a local saltwater store, um, I know we were ordering from Sea Dwelling Creatures, and they were testing using those insulated bags instead of styrofoam. We actually got a shipment where they were all those, and then we like did a survey to let them know how it all came in. It actually came in great, but
yep.
I know that they're starting to convert from getting away from styrofoam.
You also get those bags from Aquarium Co-op whenever you like order plants and stuff like that. They come with
Yeah.
those bags. I actually use one of those Aquarium Co-op insulated bags with the Ziploc to transport some ribs that I had cooked to a friend's house to
Yeah,
try and keep them nice and warm. It
they
worked
work.
great.
They work really good.
But yeah, most of the time, yeah, it's styrofoam boxes or insulated boxes.
Yeah, that first shipment from Sea Dwelling that we got with those bags, we're like, oh no, because we would give out those styrofoam boxes to people that bought a bunch of fish, and they had to like people would travel like an hour and a half, 2 hours out to come shop at Marine Solutions, and if they got more than 5 bags of fish, they'd be like, "Oh, do you have a box? Do you have a styrofoam box? Because I'm traveling." And we're just like, "Oh yeah," and we'd like pack it all up in the box and send it. But if we weren't gonna get styrofoam boxes anymore, that was gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
but yeah,
Yeah, it is nice to have those boxes. I got my first couple of boxes actually from Tropical World Pets
hmm,
when I was getting a whole bunch of rocks and stuff. They're like, "You want a box?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
yes, yep. Yeah, when someone's buying a lot of rock, those are also nice for that.
Because you can't really pack lava rock in plastic bags, it just like tears it open.
Tears it right open, and just the weight of it. Those
Yep.
bags aren't graded to hold that much weight.
Right. You can sometimes get away with it if it's like smooth rock, because
Yeah.
a lot of those plastic bags can hold a decent amount of weight. But yeah, if there's any sort of sharp edges on there, it's just gonna tear right through that bag.
Yeah.
Mm.
You can with the new non-disposable bags they charge you for. Yeah. If I'm picking up fish, I always bring a cooler. Yes, good man. Good
Yeah,
man.
yeah. If I'm buying a lot of fish, I'm definitely bringing like a cooler or something like that. Like I'm preparing ahead of time.
I just had that at Petco. A guy was buying a bunch of saltwater fish, and he brought his own bucket because he had an battery-powered air stone and everything. And I was like, "Oh yes, good man. I love this."
Nice, nice. Yeah, yeah. If like I was buying like a live cuttlefish or something like that, I
Yeah,
would probably do that sort of thing versus
bring a bucket.
traveling with a bag. eBay, everything aquatic, 15% off, $30.
Ooh. Yeah, Patty said she's buying medicated food right now from Everything Aquatic.
Nice.
Coffee break.
Medicated food. That's the best thing to do, yeah. When it comes to trying to medicate your fish, medicating the food and having them eat the food. That is if they're still eating.
Yeah.
If the fish aren't eating, then obviously the food's not going to work. But
Yeah.
yeah, which I know it kind of depends on the sickness, but a lot of the time when you don't feel good, I have a hard time eating.
Yeah, your appetite goes away. Or you lose your, like if it's a cold or something and then you can't taste anything.
Yeah,
Ugh. It's like, what's the point? Do I even eat? If I can't
yeah,
taste it?
that's the worst, man. When it's like you make your favorite food and it's like you can't even enjoy it because you can only like halfway taste it.
I always feel bad whenever I don't feel good because Nathan, like, he knows I love food and he'll just be like, "You want to go to your favorite place?" And I'm like, "Well, why? I can't taste it." Like,
Yeah,
I know you mean well, but like, ugh. Gina, have you
yeah.
seen any Temu deals? I've been afraid to open the app. Honestly, I have too. I have not been on
Oh,
Temu. Yeah, no,
don't
I know.
use Timu. Like it has been under actual government investigation for installing malware and being like spyware and all that stuff.
Yeah. I know my we're on Thanksgiving, my stepsister-in-law was telling me she's got like one of those Stanley Cup dupes. She's like, "Yeah, I got it for free off Temu. You know, they send emails for like 5 free gifts or whatever." And I was like, "Ugh, you shouldn't be using Temu.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be
Five
doing
free
that."
free gifts, which the free gifts is the virus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't find Rapshi locally anymore. They have Dr. Tim's or something instead. I have Rapshi. They actually expanded on the Rapshi at Petco, at my Petco anyway. There's a bearded dragon specific one. There's a grub, uh, like a grub based one. There's
Yep.
the there's a leopard gecko one, and then there's the crested gecko one, which is the one I'm used to. Yeah, there's
They
like
have a
three.
couple different crested gecko ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, she is saying rap sheet.
yeah. Oh,
We're not
Rapashi.
gonna make a
Sorry,
big deal about
Rapashi. I'm sorry.
it.
I'm sorry.
Hello.
Hello, Rapashi. I'm
It's
so
Tropic
sorry.
Canada. When I worked at the grocery store, those plastic bags are flimsy as all. Oh yeah,
Yeah, we're
but
supposed to be charging for the plastic bags at Petco, but I haven't.
but gas stations have the flimsiest plastic bags,
Yeah.
and I once went to a gas station and I didn't even ask for a bag. Like I bought a gallon of milk and he put it in a bag and I grabbed
Mm.
the bag and I got halfway to the door and the bag just ripped open and there's milk everywhere.
Oh no.
And he's just like, you know, go grab a new one. That's my fault or whatever. I'm just like thinking to myself, yeah, it is totally your fault because I didn't even ask for a bag.
Right.
I just grab it by the handle because that's what, you know, they invented handles for
Right.
on milk jugs.
A lot of people think it like insulates like your cold stuff. Like, oh, can you double bag it? It's cold stuff, and I'm like, that's not gonna help. But okay,
No.
sure.
Yeah, I didn't know that was for insulation purposes that people were thinking about. I was
Yeah.
thinking that was just because they thought that, you know, the cold stuff with condensation and the moisture would cause the bags to want to rip faster, but that's only with paper bags. So I don't know. I man,
Stan.
I'm
Yes.
one of the main reasons I don't go. I always use self checkout is because, like, I don't like to use a lot of plastic bags, and whenever I go to checkout nowadays, it seems like they just want to double bag everything,
Yeah.
and like they'll only bag like two or three items and then double bag it, and so it's like I'm going home with like 27 bags
Yeah.
when all I needed was three. It's like,
Stanley Quencher tumbler, not the Stanley Cup hockey trophy, but I bet they have those on AliExpress. Probably. They've
apparently,
been
those Stanley Cups are hardcore. They survived a car fire, and
so yes, but I've also seen I haven't like fact checked it, so don't take my word for gospel, but I've seen a lot of people get lead tests, like the little swab, and then you put the swab in a solution and it changes color to indicate lead. I've seen a lot of those Stanley Cups become positive or test positive for lead on the metal,
hmm,
and they'll compare it
interesting.
to a dupe, like an off-brand, and the off-brand doesn't test for lead, but they could also be fake. I don't know. I don't know. Be careful what you're buying out there, kids.
Dude, yeah, those they wrap it in a paper bag and then they give you a thin plastic bag to carry your glassware in. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah. Our grocery store doesn't even supply plastic bags anymore. Yeah. We do have nice paper bags at Petco with little handles on them. They're actually pretty nice.
Nice.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. Those I would charge for, or those I have charged for. If people ask for the paper bag, I'm like, well, I have to charge you, and they're like, that's fine. I'm like, okay.
You can get those kits online and things that are highly recommended if you're trying to save money on something like that. You can always determine if it's literal poison.
Yeah.
According to the interwebs, that's the knockoff Stanley mugs that are reading the lead test, not the actual stuff.
Oh.
Lead test kits are pretty reliable too. More reliable than oh never mind. Not going there.
Dude, no. Oh my gosh. So at Petco, they only use the API. They have them. They shelf pulled the master test kits, and then they also have the Tetra 5-in-1 test strips that they've been testing with. And then I brought my Salifert test kits to test the frag tank. All the results were so different. Like
Wow.
so different. And I only trusted my Salifert just because of the condition the corals were in the frag tank. I'm like, no. Like it was testing calcium, they were getting the result. No, sorry. Alkalinity. I was testing 5 and they were testing 10. And I was like, no, mine is right because I can tell by the state of half those corals that something is off. And then their calcium on their test on the API was testing normal, but then mine was testing like 400, which is right at the top of the scale where you want it to be. So I was like, no, these are off. So then we started dosing, and I was keeping up with or going by my test kits, and things started looking better. I was like, yeah, okay. So if this is testing this, it means this. Like,
Wow,
yeah, it was
that's
pretty bad.
that's not good.
And then Petco, the Imagitarium, is essentially, I think, just a knockoff of the API. It was also testing off. So
And the Imagitarium is Petco brand.
Petco brand, yeah. I was like, I don't like any of these. Cool. I'm just gonna bring my test kits in once a week, twice a week, and we'll use that.
Now I don't trust my API master test kit.
No, it's fine. It's I also don't know. Like I asked her, I was like, "Did you label the lids on part 1 and part 2? Because if you swap those lids, you ruin the whole test." She's like, "No, I make sure. I'm the only one who uses it to test." And I'm like, "Okay, cool, but unless you label the lids as 1 and 2 for bottle 1 and bottle 2, like how do you know? How do you know you didn't swap those lids?"
Or their bottles aren't labeled as bottle 1 and bottle 2?
The lids on them. So like if you got both of those bottles open and you end up swapping those lids and then putting them back on the bottles, like test bottle two's lid on test bottle 1, you've just ruined that whole test.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, on
I don't think I've ever done that.
calcium and
But
nitrate.
I don't ever open up all the bottles at once. I do each test, and I close everything, open everything up, close it. Like I don't want to screw anything like that up.
So I wasted my money on that API master test kit. I don't know. I haven't pulled another master test kit to compare it to. I was going to. We have a visit coming up this week, and I was going to do it after that. But mine was always fine whenever I had the master test kit and was using it at home. And then at Marine Solutions, we had API and the Salifert, and it was testing closer. So I'm thinking she somehow ruined the tests. That's why I was like, did you swap the bottles, swap the lids, or whatever?
How old is that test?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know if it's expired.
That might be a decade-old test kit that still has a lot of fluid in it somehow, which would be crazy.
Or if she doesn't shake the bottles.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you shake, rattle, and roll those bottles up.
Yep. Yep.
I loved the master test kit until right about my 5th test.
The 5th test, yeah. It does get monotonous, but yeah, if you don't keep up, especially that nitrate test, if you don't shake it every time and you do a couple tests without shaking the bottles, then yeah, you're offsetting that chemical ratio or whatever the mix is supposed to be. So I'm gonna pull another master test kit and then test with it and see. But it's definitely interesting. I did pull the brand new Imagitarium one and it was awful, so.
A test tube stirrer.
The magnetic ones. Yep.
Those are cool.
They're pretty cool, especially if you're doing a lot of testing.
Especially if you're trying to make like a fake magic video on YouTube.
Right?
Magnetic stirring.
You do like this right above it and make it look like you're stirring it. Like the dude from Harry Potter and what is that, Prisoner of Azkaban?
No stir, but I do have test strips and lower expectations. Yeah. I mean, test strips are definitely the easy way to do it. I definitely don't like going through the whole tedious effort with the liquids and all that stuff. But on the other hand, it is kind of fun doing it that way because it's kind of like a little chemistry experiment, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas with the test strip, like that's not fun. It's just dupe. Okay.
That's why I got the Sarah because it's so much easier. No arm workout. I haven't tried the Sarah test kits yet. And I know Fritz just came out with a master test kit too, and it's I think actually like a couple dollars more than the API one, but I haven't tried that one either.
$25 for Meister.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's crazy. But yeah. Um, what else
Oh.
have I been up to this week? Just working.
How was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, it was so good. It was so good. So I ended up we had plans to go to my sister's house, but then something came up on her end. She had to cancel the morning of, but luckily not luckily. We thought Nathan's dad and stepmom were going out of town to Kentucky to her family. And then it was like 3 days before Thanksgiving. She texted Nathan and goes, "Hey, are you guys coming on Thanksgiving?" We're just like, "To Kentucky?" And she's like, "No, to our house." And we're like, "We thought you were going to Kentucky. What do you mean?" She goes, "No, Thanksgiving Day is at our house and we're leaving on Friday for Kentucky." And we're like, "But you've had this family group chat where you've only been talking about the Kentucky trip. Like, what? What?" So, um, after the text from my sister, we texted them. We're like, "Hey, so turns out we are coming. So we have this big ham that we were planning on smoking for my sister's house, and now we have a giant ham. You want us to smoke it for your house because it needs to be cooked?" They're like, "Oh yeah, perfect." Because they were going to Kentucky, they weren't planning on making a big turkey. Um, they were just gonna do chicken and dumplings. So they're like,
Oh,
"Yeah,
I love
bring."
chicken and
It's
dumplings.
so good. She made a lot. So yeah, we
I
smoked the
need some
ham.
of that.
Yeah. She smoked the ham, or we smoked the ham. And then we went over there. I mean, she made, like those traditional like things, deep dishes that people like oven bake turkeys in, like the speckled like tin,
Yeah, yeah.
like yeah, that full of chicken and dumplings. We didn't even get through
Oh,
half of it. There was a ton left over. But I was smart
I
this
need
year.
some of that. Like, I'm
I was
serious. Like,
I
give
was
me some
smart.
leftovers.
I was smart this year, and I brought leftover containers. Like my meal prep containers. I
Ah,
brought 6 of those. So yeah, we did get some.
nice.
Yeah,
Because like chicken and dumplings is like my absolute favorite
it's
thing.
so good, and she makes it from scratch. It's so good. Not the dumplings
Oh,
part. I think she uses biscuits,
so
like
what?
canned
That's
biscuit. But no, but
fine.
it's good. It's good.
Oh, I need some.
Yep. I have a few extra if you want to stop by. I'm off on Tuesday.
Okay.
You just drive by and I just toss it, like frisbee toss it to you. Here you go.
Okay, you play the Schwan sword and we'll swap.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I like that you look
I,
downward through the Sarah for color testing. Some people hate the color testing. Sorry, I know we both clicked something at the same time.
yeah. I didn't like the way the story was going with the chicken and dumpling saved it.
Oh
Yeah.
no, it ended up being a great time. I probably drank a little bit more than I should have because I was exhausted yesterday for Black Friday. Wasn't
Yeah.
hungover, but just drank just enough to where like I was a little bit more tired than I should be. And then we played That's What She Said, which is like
I
take
have
all
that
the
game.
take all the dirty cards from Cards Against Humanity, and that's what she said. That's what that game is.
Yeah. Well, more or less. It's you yeah, you create the best that's what she said joke, you know. And it's good when you have a lot of people, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely not one of those games that you can play with a few people because I tried playing it with like just like 3 or 4 people, and there was several rounds where neither of us had any good
Yeah.
card to actually make any sort of decent that's what she said joke.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a fun game though, but yeah, I think Cards Against Humanity is better, just
Yeah,
in
we
general.
had 9 people playing, so it was pretty fun.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice,
So, and
yeah.
it was crazy. Did anybody else have this where it was like 8 o'clock and you look at your clock and you go, "It's only 8?" Like, am I just getting old? To where I'm just dog tired, but it's only 8 o'clock. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, screw daylight savings time and all
I
this
know.
stuff, like just screwing everything up. But oh man, like my Thanksgiving was a lot of fun too. Like my first one was on my birthday
Yeah.
and playing games over at my friend's house and stuff. And yeah, Alan just makes the best turkey ever. He just
Mm.
injects it with a whole bunch of different stuff and just oh, it's just so good. But then on Thanksgiving, I went to another friend's house for pajamas giving, where we just all hang out in our pajamas and eat a bunch of
Yes.
food. And that one was just so great, you know, and delicious food too. And then Friday, yesterday, I went over to my sister's house in the evening, and they smoked three of their turkeys that they had been raising up because they ended up with three boys out of the four eggs that they had. And so yeah, they smoked them all, and oh man, that was some good turkey too.
Smoked turkey is so good. We've smoked a turkey before and it was so good.
Yeah, he did a whole brine soak the night before and all that, and then yeah, smoked it for like 5 hours or something like that, and oh, just it was so good.
We did have a little bit of a hiccup with smoking the ham because apparently the we have a pellet smoker and the auger on the pellet smoker apparently jammed and we didn't realize it.
Oh,
So Nathan went out to check it after like an hour and a half and he put the probe in to check the internal temperature and it was only at like 75 degrees. And he went and leaned over to check the temperature and it was only at 100 degrees and it was supposed to be at 250. And he's like, "Well, this isn't working and we don't have time. I don't have time. I don't feel like taking this apart and figuring it out and we don't have time." So he next thing I know, he's coming in inside with it. I'm like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "The auger stopped working. We're putting this in the oven." And I was like, "Oh, well, okay. I guess it kind of smoked for like an hour and a half, but
yeah,
we had to finish it in the oven."
but my brother-in-law also was experimenting with smoking salt when he was doing that too
Oh.
because he got like some smoked salts from a friend and he just absolutely loves them. But he was using mimosa wood, which is in the mesquite family, and so he was making mimosa smoked salt, and that was pretty good too.
So, you just put the dry salt in there or do you have to like dissolve it in water and then smoke it and so it would
I'm pretty
evaporate?
sure, yeah, you just put the dry salt in there and you
Oh.
just smoke it and stir it and turn it, and the salt just gets darker and darker as it like absorbs the smokiness.
Oh.
But like when you're buying like store bought like smoked salts and stuff like that, those are like really dark, and like when you smell them, like it's very smoky,
Huh.
but it's
HD
good.
HD Canteen. Hello, hello.
High definition canteen. Gotta stay hydrated.
Yeah, Steven says the days and times are blurring together. I know. Oh my gosh.
I spent Thanksgiving in the hospital. Well,
Oh
that's not good,
no.
James.
We've had to do that with Kane before. I forget which hospital visit that was. But yeah, we've had to do that before. It sucks.
Yeah.
Hopefully they were serving Thanksgiving food in the cafeteria at least. Unless you couldn't eat, then that really sucks.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, I felt so bad for my one friend though. On Thanksgiving Day, they spent, the whole morning into the afternoon cooking and preparing all that stuff. And then when it was finally time to eat, he took like a few bites and he just started having all these problems because he's got like diverticulitis and lots of other sorts of different things that he goes through, just lots of different gastrointestinal problems. And poor guy, more or less, couldn't eat Thanksgiving because it was just causing him pain. And I felt so bad because that food was so good. They did a
Mm.
really good job on all that stuff.
Adam McReynolds, hello, hello.
Adam.
It's just the first time you've ever been on point with your sleep schedule, and the rest of the business and retail world is foobar.
Yeah.
That is indeed correct.
But my sleep schedule doesn't fit in with the real world. So then I'm just tired all the time until like the weekends, and then I finally like sleep, and then yeah,
Yep.
that's work.
Oh, I didn't have to. I thought I was gonna have to go into work on Thanksgiving, um, putting up the Black Friday ad signs, but apparently we all didn't realize it until I was off on Wednesday. But they didn't realize it till Wednesday. They were actually supposed to go up Wednesday, not
Oh,
not on Friday. Um, so I didn't have to go into work on Thanksgiving. I told my boss that. Well, I was texting him first. I asked him about something else, and he goes, "Oh, by the way, you don't have to come in tomorrow for Thanksgiving for the ad set." And I was like, "Oh, thanks for telling me," because I'd been so mad if I woke up at 6 a.m. to be there by 8 and nobody else was there. I'd be pissed.
yeah.
Yeah. He's like, "LOL, I'm glad you texted me too." It's like, thanks. Um,
Oh
but yeah,
man. Yeah.
didn't have to go into work on Thursday.
Well, that's good.
The animal manager did to take care of the animals, but um, didn't have
I
to work
had
this
one of
time.
my customers leave me a message on Friday about if you're in the area, you know, it'd be cool if you could stop. I'd love to pick up a few things, and if not, I'll see you on like maybe Monday or Tuesday. And so I was like, yeah, I'm not working on Black Friday, not
Mm-mm.
this year. No
Dude, it was
Thanksgiving or Black Friday. I have a 4 day weekend. Woo!
yeah.
And tomorrow is the last day of it, and it's just like,
Hmm.
it
Nathan
went by
too.
too fast.
Yeah. Oh, we went and saw the new Hunger Games on Wednesday. That
Oh
was
yeah,
really cool. Yeah, it was pretty good.
nice.
I thought I was horribly mistaken. I just don't fact check like I used to. But I thought it was like the first Hunger Games. Like I thought it went pre. I thought it was a prequel like that far, but no. Apparently,
Oh,
it's President Snow's background story. So it was actually
oh,
the 10th annual Hunger Games, but it was telling the story of President Snow and how he became how he is. So
oh, okay.
yeah.
Because yeah, I thought it was supposed to be the first Hunger Games as well.
Mm-mm. Nope, it wasn't.
Is anybody going to see the new Gojira movie?
Godzilla.
Uh, Gojira.
Oh, sorry. You said it on purpose. I'm sorry. I've never seen any of the Godzilla movies except for the what was the what was the one from our childhood? 2000 or was it in the 90s? I don't
I
remember.
don't know. I've watched a couple of them. I liked what was the one with the giant um, Mothra, and
Mothra.
I don't
I
know.
haven't
There was
I
one
haven't
that
seen
came
that.
out not too long ago, like King of the Monsters or something like that.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
kind of wanted to go actually see that one because it looks like it was going to be decent.
I feel like I saw
But
that on Netflix. It might be streaming on Netflix.
I don't care to go to see a movie in a theater anymore, and a lot of movies I don't know just don't really interest me so much anymore.
Yeah.
But I did watch that sequel to the Into the Spider Verse or whatever, Across the Spider Verse. That movie was really good,
We'll
and I'm
only
so excited for the third one to come out.
we'll only usually see movies in the theater if they have like special effects or um if it seems like the soundtrack is really good
Yeah.
or like, something where like you want like the really nice sound. I didn't know there was a new Hunger Games. How did I miss that? Yeah, I almost missed it too.
Yeah, I
We were
just
out
recently
to
saw previews on it and stuff on YouTube.
I
So
think it was last Thursday we were out to lunch and I just thought about it. I'm like, we haven't been to the movies for a long time. What even is in the theaters? It's just not as big as it used to be ever since, COVID.
yeah.
So yeah, I just pulled up the different movie companies and seeing, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's a new Hunger Games. Let's go see that.
Across the Spider Verse was awesome, man. It was just so good. They had the Indian Spider Man, they had Spider Punk, they had like Spider Woman, and all this stuff, and it was kind of more or less more about Spider Gwen and like her character development.
Oh, we saw a preview for before the Hunger Games. Madam Web, is that part of the Spider-Man verse too? Because I thought I saw some girls dressed in very Spider-Man-esque suits.
Madam Web spin-off of Spider-Man. Okay.
It was like an all-female Spider-Man team. There's like 4 or 5 of them.
Spin-off of Spider-Man centering on a clairvoyant mutant named Madam Web. Clairvoyant and pre-cognitive mutant who first appears to help Spider-Man find a kidnapping victim. She is not one of the mutants that love. Okay.
Yep, it is a spinoff.
So it's Sony Pictures. So yeah, it's supposed to be in the like the Venom universe or whatever, I guess. So yeah, Sony is doing a lot of Spider-Man related movies without actually having Spider-Man.
Gotcha. Is the new Godzilla supposed to be an origin movie? I don't know. I'm not sure, Adam, but it's the old Japanese style, the Toho style, which I like, and the trailer looks really good. I never go to the movies, but I'm gonna go. Nice.
Last movie I saw in theaters was Zorro.
Zorro's a good movie.
You talking about the one with Antonio Banderas and oh, what's her name? Yeah, that's a good movie.
Patty's asking, is Hunger Games good? I haven't watched them. Downloaded, but I haven't watched them yet. Or I have them downloaded, but I haven't watched them yet. I thought they were good, but if you don't like action movies, then maybe not. But the plot it has a good plot.
Yeah, it's an interesting movie for sure. I watched, I think the first two. I don't think I ever watched the last two because they had it in two different parts. Catherine Zeta-Jones, yeah, she's amazing.
I have the day off, so I can go the day and peg the F out on popcorn and chocolate. Do it just for that. They're pretty good.
There's 6 of them.
No, he meant to say they. They are pretty good, in my opinion. I enjoyed them. I think it was just a typo. No, there's not 6 of them.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I thought they were pretty good. And of course, like all these movies, the books, it is a book series, and if you want the complete story, read the books. But
yeah, a movie that I had high hopes for that I thought was going to be good, but ended up being a major disappointment, even though I did end up watching all 3 of them anyway, was the Divergent series.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah. The acting was pretty bad, and honestly, the writing was just kind of suffered in the way that they were trying to shorten everything into just movie length. Like they went through, they skipped over a lot of different description and different things, and just kind of assumed that you knew what was going on. So me, having never read the books or anything like that, some of it was just a little confusing as to like what are even the houses? What do they mean? What does it mean to go in one versus the other? And trying to keep track of which ones are which and all that. And then yeah, like I had really high hopes for those because I thought like it was gonna be a really good series, and it was just kind of mediocre.
Yeah. Patty says, I used to read a lot, and then I started falling asleep on the subway to work, and that was that. Ooh. Ugh, that's not good.
You don't want to fall asleep on the subway in New York. Never know what might happen.
Yeah, things will go missing. Or you're just late to work, and that's never good.
Or you go missing.
Or you go missing. Ugh. Can't have Patty going missing.
Nope, that would not be good.
That would not be good at all. So what do you got planned on your last day of staycation before you have to go back to work on Monday?
There we go. I'm back.
You're back.
Something my internet just like glitched for a second.
I saw
But that's
that.
what's great about StreamYard
Yep.
is the stream kept going.
What do you
If
got
we
planned
were
for
on
tomorrow?
something else, it would have just stopped.
What do you got planned for tomorrow for your last day?
Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and play some City of Heroes with my friends, of course, and then
Normal Sunday routine.
yep. And then after that, I'm gonna hop on and play a whole bunch of more Starfield, which is what I'm gonna do after the stream is over too.
Nice.
I'm gonna make some more food and then hop on more Starfield. Because I finally am at the point in the game now where like all the stuff is getting good, and I'm like I know what I need to do, and like it's all the general build up and trying to figure all that stuff out is done now. So it's just fully enjoying the game. Wake up to SpongeBob humping your leg.
Wake up to SpongeBob humping your leg, right?
Yeah, that would not be fun. What are your plans for tomorrow?
Work. I have to
No
work
fun.
tomorrow. It was going to be at 12, but then the manager who is supposed to work the mid shift is sick and called off, so I'm going in 2 hours early. I'm going in at 10 to put up the new ad, finish putting up the new ad, and then just working.
You talking about the naked cowboy?
The singing cowboy.
I'm sure there's a couple different generations of the naked singing cowboy in New York City now. But he probably looks he probably looks like the lead singer of Motley Crue now.
Yeah, that dude. That's funny. Do we want a trivia question from my game that I was playing?
Ooh, you know what? So yeah, I didn't get to watch any of the replay because it was like 3.5 hours long. So
Yeah, it was.
that was a little intimidating. So I was like,
We didn't start playing till like an hour into it. I think it was like 45 minutes or 50 minutes, and I was like, you know what? Maybe we should actually get to playing this game that the stream is about.
you guys just
Um,
started just chatting
it
away
was
and all different
chat.
things. Yep.
Game night was a blast. Hope that you do it again soon. I meant to do it last Wednesday, but I was tired. Um, but I'll try it one of these Wednesdays. This coming Wednesday, I'm actually working late, so I will not be streaming this coming Wednesday. But maybe the Wednesday after. Okay, pick a
Yeah.
generation. You have Boomer, Gen X, Millennial, and Gen Z.
Let's let's do Gen X stuff.
Gen X? Okay. And then you have a category. Well, I have to pull out the instructions because I can never remember what all these categories are. Ugh. So you have. Oh gosh. TV, film, pop culture, music, headlines, or slang/slogans.
No blurting. Or can we?
That's up to Danny. He's going to be answering the question.
Oh, blurt it out whenever. Like, this isn't like any sort of game night
Yeah, it's
official
not
thing or
official.
whatever. Like,
We
but
had to
yeah,
say that. We had to say that in chat on game night. We had to tell chat not to blur out the answers.
yeah. Boomer, boomer, boomer.
We'll do boomer next.
Okay, boomer.
All right, pick a category: TV slash
uh,
film, pop culture, music, headlines, or slang slash
well,
slogans.
you were saying backstage that you were struggling with the Gen X music,
Oh
so
my
I want to
god, I was
let's
I
do
was
some
stuck
Gen
on
X
it. Oh
music.
my god. Okay.
Can we give fake answers? Yeah, you
Yeah.
can give incorrect answers if you want.
What vocal jazz group scored a Grammy with "The Boy from New York City" in 1981?
I don't know.
Right? Some of these are hard.
What? I don't know any jazz groups from the 80s.
Let's respect your elders, you little brats. Naked Cowboy.
What's
Let's
up,
give Chad a
George?
minute. Let's give Chad a second to be able to answer. I don't know if anybody in chat will know. Do we have any jazz fans?
Not 80s jazz. Like, I
I mean,
like 20s and 30s jazz.
Steven missed the question. I'll repeat the question. What vocal jazz group scored a Grammy with "The Boy from New York City" in 1981?
The
That's it.
Manhattan Transfer, huh?
That's it. Manhattan Transfer.
I Googled it.
You Googled it, cheater. We had to keep
Well,
so Scotty Aquati was or no Scotty the fish freak was playing, and we kept joking. We are like, hands up, Scotty, no googling.
far out, dudes. Thank you,
Someone says it
Stephen
all the time.
White.
All right, boomer question. Same
He's one of my
categories.
subscribers.
All right, boomer question. Same categories: TV slash film, pop culture, music, headlines, or slang slash slogans.
Slang slash slogans. Because it's hard to say.
Yep. What was a patsy? Patsy. Patsy.
Oh, a patsy was like a pushover, like person that you could like have like carry your stuff for you and like just do different things for you.
That's
That's
pretty close. Yep.
what's the
We'll,
actual
we'll,
definition they
we'll,
give?
we'll give Chad a chance to catch up. We'll give him a few seconds. But that's pretty close. Yeah, that's more accurate. Yep, someone who takes the blame, the fall guy.
Oh,
Card. The card says a scapegoat, someone left to face consequences, a gullible
that's a sure.
person.
That's a sure pun.
The scapegoat. Yep. All right.
Huh.
You want to go back to Gen Z or Gen X?
Let's do Gen like a millennial now,
Millennial. All right.
which is
Pick.
apparently what I'm supposed to be as a millennial.
Yeah. Yeah, most of us were millennial. I think we were all millennials. I think even Scotty was a millennial or is a millennial.
The way that I grew up was much more Gen X,
Yeah.
in the fact that like I was just like I was a kid with a bike and they just like leave and make sure you're back before dark and
The street
I
lights come
didn't have
on.
I had an Atari but we didn't have that for a while and
Yep.
yeah, so I grew up with technology as well, but I'm technically a millennial.
All right. TV, film, pop culture, music, headlines, or slang slash slogans for millennial.
Uh, let's headlines.
Headlines. Let's see. Oh, it's this one. In 2001, Barry Bonds hit 73 home runs to break the previous home run record. Who held it before?
Mark McGuire.
That was Mark McGuire.
A good old St. Louis Cardinal.
Yep. That's the only reason why I knew, is because he was a St. Louis. He played for the St. Louis team. Because I don't care about sports.
Yeah.
All right, next generation. Do we want to go ahead and do Gen Z?
Let's
Round
do
it out?
Gen Z.
All right, which category?
Which category have we not done yet?
We've not done TV, film, pop culture, or no, we just did headlines.
Let's
Yeah, we
do
haven't
TV
done
film.
TV, film. Where was the Gray Sloan Memorial Hospital from Grey's Anatomy located? I laughed because I've been watching that show, so I know the answer.
From Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah. Okay, but where is it set in? Where's the show set in? Boomer headlines are the best. Steven got stuck on boomer headlines. Let's wait for chat to catch up. No clue.
It's in the mind of Dr. Gray.
Yep. Nope. Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
That's a Gen Z. Okay.
Chicago. Nope,
No,
Seattle.
not Chicago. Seattle. Yep. All right. Are we just gonna go in that same order?
I still won the game though.
You still won the game. You all lost the game. Back to Gen X.
Boomer headlines are the best.
Yeah. Do you want to do a boomer headline?
Yeah.
All right. In 1960, what sprinter overcame childhood polio to become the first American woman to win 3 gold medals in track and field on a single Olympics?
Wow. That's hardcore. I have no idea, but
Let's see if
she
chat
sounds fascinating.
Steven says, I still won the game, though. Yeah, him and Jenna were close, but Steven ended up winning. Jenna didn't win only because she didn't know. She's older, or I think they're like slightly older, millennial, but she didn't know what Webkins were. Do you know what Webkins are?
Is it Wilma Rudolph?
It sure is. Stop Googling and cheating, you cheater.
I think Stephen White Googled it too.
Yeah. The lady who won. Duh.
Yeah.
Jackie Joyner Kersee? No. Not Jackie Joyner Kersee. All right, back to Gen X. What category?
Yeah, I can't even go with a guess. Yeah. Gen X, the pop, what is it? Pop culture, the one that we haven't done yet.
Yeah, that's the 3D glasses. So that is
Britney Spears. Oh.
Right. Nope. What was the name of the first TV network to air only music videos?
I think that would be MTV.
That was MTV. Yep, that was an easy one.
I would buy MTV.
All right, we already did Boomer. Back to Millennial. Pick a category. MTV. And then they stopped playing music videos at all.
Yeah.
Redo.
So the millennial pop culture. What was the TV station that used to play music videos that no longer does?
You want to redo a Gen X?
What was the first music video MTV played?
Oh,
it was Thriller by Michael Jackson.
That's right. You want to do another Gen X? That one was
interesting. Easy. Yep. Well, see, that's what's interesting is yes, that part was sung by Sting, but the song that I was actually referencing is a Dire Straits song. But because they wanted it to sound just like a Sting song, they actually approached Sting about it, and he said, "Hell yeah, let me sing it for you." Even video killed the radio star.
Now it's what TV channel plays ridiculousness over and over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do another Gen X or do you want to go to Millennial?
Video killed the radio star. Was that really the first video they ever played on MTV?
Now Sting plays with Lady Gaga.
Oh yeah, that's what it says. Video killed the radio star.
Oh.
Okay. See, well, what was? See, I remember Thriller being something. Was Thriller the first music video? Yeah, I guess. And, I don't know. I can't remember. I thought I saw something about Thriller being like the first music video or something, but it definitely broke down a lot of barriers. So.
Yep. All right.
Yep, money for nothing. Yep, there you go.
We doing Gen X again, or are we going to Millennial?
We were moving on to the next one. Yeah.
Okay.
Millennial, and then
Gen Z. All right, what category?
We'll do pop culture again.
Pop culture again. For Millennial is.
And then Team VH1. VH1 was all right. Fuse was a really good music channel. Played a lot of rock and stuff. Make Danny answer a boomer question.
We just did one about a track star who apparently overcame polio. According to author Mitch Albom, with whom did he spend his Tuesdays? So this was on game night. I think Scotty got this question. According to author Mitch Albom, with whom did he spend his Tuesdays?
His mistress? I don't know.
No, I think so. The title was Tuesdays with Mitch and blank. Was like the title of the.
You are not the father.
That's a clue.
Oprah?
No, not Oprah.
Oh, Maury?
He kept saying Murray, but it's not Murray.
It's Maury.
Yeah, it's Maury.
Or Maury.
Yeah. So Tuesdays with Mitch and Maury.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, Maury or Mari? It's Maury.
All right, give me a boomer headline.
Okay. Another boomer headline. What country's civil war finally ended with a communist victory in 1949?
Korea?
Nope. Guess again before chat catches up.
Cuba?
What country's civil war finally ended with a communist victory in 1949?
It's not Cuba.
Nope.
France?
Nope. France? Is France communist?
Well, it might as well be.
I see two right answers.
Russia. In the
Nope.
USSR. Not
Nope.
China?
Yep, it was China.
Really?
Mm-hmm. All right, Gen Z.
Gen Z.
All right, what category?
Headline.
Canada. Sorry, what'd you say?
Black Canada. Headlines.
headlines.
Gen Z headlines.
In 2013, what prominent athlete admitted taking banned substances and blood doping, then subsequently was stripped of his titles?
That was that Neil Armstrong, or
Wrong, Armstrong.
or
Wrong
not
one.
Neil. Um, uh, Dang it,
The other
I'm
one.
blank. I know. Yeah, the other, not Louis Armstrong.
No,
No,
not Louis. Starts with an L.
Lance
Lance.
Armstrong. That's right,
Yep.
Lance. I couldn't remember that first name. Yeah, I remember blood doping,
Yeah.
which is apparently when you extract red blood cells and then uh, inject a whole bunch of red blood cells into yourself right before you're doing your workout, so your blood carries a whole lot more oxygen. Buzz Aldrin.
All right, back to Gen X. What category? TV
Keep
film?
it on headlines.
Keep it on headlines? All right. Here you go. Here's a music one. Name the bass guitarist for the Sex Pistols who was accused of murdering his girlfriend and then died of a drug overdose.
Oh my goodness. I should know this, but I don't. I'm terrible.
Do you know any of the bass guitarists for Sex Pistols?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't know any of the names of the Sex Pistols, but I'm sure it wasn't Glenn Matlock. Edward Tudor Pole? I don't know.
That bass guitarist from Sex Pistols. Duh.
Bass player. Well, it's not Glenn Matlock. He's the current bass player.
You have to tell me when you give up. You have to tell. I know you're Googling right now. I know you're cheating.
Well, yeah. Oh, wait. Maybe it is Glenn Matlock.
Nope. It is not.
Well, he left the bait. He says he was the original lineup, but he must have left. So then, Shane McGowan?
Nope.
Nope. He looks like he's been through some shit, and he's a singer. Anyway, who is it?
So Patty and Kyle got it. It is Sid Vicious.
Really?
Yeah.
Sid Vicious? I know.
Yep.
See, I know that name. I didn't know he was a Sex Pistols bass player.
Yeah, apparently there's a documentary. It's on YouTube. Patty says it
Yeah.
was really good.
Like I knew that name, Sid Vicious. I didn't know he was in the Sex Pistols, though. For some reason, Sid Vicious, I thought he was in like Motley Crue or something with Nikki Sixx and all the other people with fun nicknames.
All right.
God save the
We're on Boomer again. Do you want to still do headlines?
Well, that's apparently people's favorite category is Boomer headlines. So
Man, some of the TV and film is hard in the Boomer also. All right. What was the nickname of the 1959 impromptu debate in Moscow between Vice President Nixon and Soviet Premier Khrushchev, arguing the merits of capitalism and communism?
say the first part of the. What was the?
What was the nickname of the 1959 impromptu debate in Moscow between Vice President Nixon and Soviet Premier Khrushchev, arguing the merits of capitalism and communism.
Hmm.
Smarty Pants Patty.
Well, it wasn't Watergate. Nixon was involved with a lot of different things. Uh, the
That's
Moscow Summit?
That might have been what it was called, but it wasn't the nickname.
Yes.
Zen
So,
says something I either never learned or didn't bother to store in my hard drive.
the signing of the Anti-Ballistic Missile Treaty, first strategic assault, and
I see 2 answers in chat.
the kitchen debate?
Yep, the kitchen debate.
Oh. So Stephen was right with his word kitchen at the beginning.
Yeah.
I thought he was just saying a random word. Kitchen!
Kitchen! All right, so we're on millennial.
Millennial.
What 2 female ice skaters were involved in the whack heard round the world in 1994?
I don't remember their names, but I've seen the movie. But yeah, she totally took out that other lady's knee.
Oh, Adam actually got it. He didn't come up with a sassy answer. Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya
Nancy
Harding.
Kerrigan? Yeah. Tanya Harding, yeah.
Is it Tanya?
Kerrigan Harding. Tanya I don't know.
Yeah. Pretty sure I spelled one of them wrong. I think your spelling was actually pretty. Or yeah, Tanya. Yeah, he spelled Tanya wrong. It's Tanya. Tanya.
Yeah, not Tanya.
Tanya. I don't want to talk about that one. Why was Harambe shot at the Cincinnati Zoo?
Because he was a hero.
He was a hero. I don't want to talk about it. We all know why. Back to Gen X. What was the nickname given to Muhammad Ali's match against George Foreman in Zaire, regaining the World Heavyweight Champion in 1974? What was the nickname given to the match against Muhammad Ali and George Foreman in 1974?
I have no idea. Oh, I've heard that before. Okay. The Rumble in the Jungle.
The Rumble in the Jungle, yep.
Which now is understandably an incredibly racist name.
Yeah.
But hey, Joe Biden would have loved that name.
All right, ready for the boomer one?
Well, also the United States is built on like Native American burial grounds, so that doesn't help either. There's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah. Who created the oral polio vaccine in 1956? There's some dark history behind the polio vaccine, I'm just saying. But who was the scientist?
I don't know. These are some difficult questions. I'm glad I was not playing game night.
The boomer ones are not easy.
The Jonas Brothers.
I'm not seeing it so far.
What was it again?
Who created the oral polio vaccine in 1956? The oral polio vaccine.
Albert Bruce Sabin.
Yes. These seem harder than the ones from last week. These are all headlines. We're just doing headlines. Unless you want to switch up the category. You want to just start doing all music?
Yeah, I like music stuff.
1956, I mean, that was almost 70 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when my dad was born, 1956.
Millennial music. This artist started out as a fly girl on In Living Color, then went to star on the biopic Selena as the title character.
Oh, Madonna.
Nope.
Oh, wait. Selena was Jennifer Lopez. Yeah.
Yep.
Not Madonna. I think Madonna did something.
Make
else.
it Gen Z music. Yeah, that's what
Danny
we're on
kidding.
now. Gen
Yeah,
Z
no,
music.
Danny's kidding.
He's just kidding. He was not. LOL. Jenny from the block.
Evita, that's what Madonna was. I'm like, Madonna totally played somebody, but yeah, I was confusing those two movies.
All right, ready for the millennial music?
Millennial music.
Millennial
Okay.
music. What subgenre of rap was defined by artists not emphasizing lyrics?
Drum and bass?
No.
Oh, wait,
What?
mumble rap.
Yep, that's it. Mumble rap. Beatbox. Mumble rap. All right. Gen X
The
music.
worst, exactly. Panda.
Oh, here's one that came up on game night.
Mumble rap.
I think.
No, it's a real thing.
Yeah, I think
Where
Scotty
the
had
words
this question.
are more or less like, got out of a car and went to the block. Now I shot my buddy with the Glock. Like,
Remember
you
when
can barely
malls were?
understand me.
Oh, sorry. You ready?
No,
Gen
you're
X. Gen X music.
Gen X music.
Remember when malls were a thing? What singer performed "The Beautiful You" celebrating the Good Life shopping mall tour of '87?
I have no idea, but wow. Gucci gang. Yeah. Tiffany, I think we're alone now.
Yep, it was Tiffany.
I think I'm a clone now.
All right, ready for the boomer music question?
Boomer music.
Boomer
Was
music.
not Barbra Streisand.
No. All right, the son of Italian immigrants, this tenor gained superstar status in movies with his most famous song, "Be My Love."
Oh. That one I don't know. Be my love. Not be my lover, be my love.
The son of Italian immigrants, this tenor gained superstar status in movies with his most famous song, "Be My Love." I'm not even seeing it in chat. Chat got real quiet with that one.
Lyrics by Sammy Kahn, Music by Nicholas Brodsky. It was written for Mario Lanza, who
Yep.
sang it with Katherine Grayson in the 1950s movie The Toast of New Orleans.
Yep. Mario Lanza. I'm probably not saying that right, but that's what I said. I said what I said.
Frank Sinatra's a baritone, not a tenor.
All right, finish the line. This is millennial music. Finish the line.
All right.
Okay, here's the situation.
I know nothing. Because I am not a millennial.
You are a millennial.
I am a millennial, but okay, here's the situation.
Yep. Oh, it sucks because I think I'm getting dumber.
Huh. That was a Fresh Prince?
No, well, I don't know what song. You're just supposed to finish the line. It actually doesn't say what song it is. I'm waiting for chat. Nobody's.
Its
No one
parents
knows everything. Okay.
just don't understand. Okay, so let's see. Where is...
I didn't hear what you
Okay,
said.
here's the situation. Parents, 68 lines, 62 characters. My parents went away on a week's vacation.
Yep.
And they left the keys to a brand new Porsche.
Yep. Yep. My parents went away on a week's vacation. Okay, here's the situation. My parents went away on a week's vacation. I have no idea what song that is.
The song is called Parents Just Don't Understand by DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, which was Will Smith.
Ah. Yeah, I know that one. All right, Gen Z music. Ah. What music group was Sexy and I Know It?
Oh, 303?
Nope.
No, wait.
It is an abbreviation.
It's not 303.
Sexy and I Know It.
Oh, LMFAO.
LMFAO.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't have been able to recall that.
All right, we got time for one more question.
Okay. One more. Okay, you pick the generation. Music. You want another Gen X?
RF Helicopter. That's the name of my band.
Oh.
What's the youngest one?
The youngest is Gen Z. That's what we just
Gen
did.
Z music. Oh, that's what we just did?
Yeah, that's what we just did.
Oh. Well, then let's do millennial music.
Okay. What song by the artist Seal won Grammy for Song of the Year in 1996?
Kiss from a Rose.
Kiss from a Rose.
Which, speaking of, if you guys haven't heard, I think, what was it? Kiss from a Rose. What was it? No Resolve is a band, and they do this really awesome version of Kiss from a Rose with this girl named Kayla King, and it's just really, really good. And they have it on YouTube. And I'm going to
hit that pose, hit that flick, check your angle, post that.
Thank you.
Kaylee said, dang, I couldn't even start typing. I know, he was fast on that one.
Yeah. That's the link to the video. But their version's really, really good. But that song is not puke. I mean, I
I think she
guess.
was talking about the original.
Well, I mean, even the original, whatever. Like, it's not puke. It's not the greatest song out there, but
Oh yeah, I didn't show chat today, but I showed it. I showed Danny before stream, and I showed. Uh, they did these cute little box designs for these trivia cards. So there's
yeah,
Gen X, Boomer, Millennial, and Gen Z, but it's all different ways that music is played.
yeah.
So you have your cassette, your record. I guess that's supposed to be the front of a record.
Vinyl.
Vinyl record. iPod, and then like a smartphone / tablet. I thought it was so cute.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little lame, but anyway. Check out the cover. It's good, especially if you like kind of heavier music or whatever. So
I'll listen to it.
the Batman Forever song.
I like it whenever somebody from a different genre redoes a song. I hate you, Danny.
You can hate me all you want. Anyway, it's been fun, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Fish and Friends. We will see you next week on another awesome episode, and I believe that's going to be in December, which is crazy.
December.
And I know you guys have probably already seen how Mike with All Things Fish has been doing something special about organizing a Secret Santa. I believe it's already too late to enter, but we plan to do something on our own here for Christmas related stuff. So definitely tune in next week because we will go over some details as far as relates to what we're going to do for Fish and Friends Christmas.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys next week.
Fish and
Hope you have a
Friendsmas.
great one. I hope you are still all full from all your Thanksgiving food if you're a United States resident. And if you're not a United States resident, you don't need to celebrate Thanksgiving, but just eat a bunch of food because, hey, food's good.
Make your favorite food for dinner. Eat it.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. So long, and thanks for the fish.